Let's take a moment to review. When planning business analysis, we need to take the time to do it right. However, the amount of time that means will change from project to project. What we want to avoid in any case is a poor job of planning compared to the amount of work and formality that we really need in order to be successful. That's because poor planning can lead to a variety of negative impacts. Included among these, we might not fully understand the requirements that the business needs actually represent, and therefore set our project team up for failure. We may mistranslate problems to needs, not understanding what we're hearing from stakeholders, or not getting enough information to really see the full picture. Additionally, we might misunderstand the root causes behind problems, even if we understand those problems at a pretty good level. It may turn out that those are actually just symptoms of an even larger issue, and that's the one that we should really seek to address. We may end up recommending over or under-engineered solutions to solve the problem at hand, even if we understand it pretty well, if we don't take the time to go a step further toward building our requirements effectively. If we over-engineer a solution, we're just going to waste time and money building something that's more powerful or is a greater solution than was actually necessary for the problem. In the case of an under-engineered solution, we're not actually going to solve the problem fully at all, and therefore we're not going to fully meet our needs. We may end up having a lack of buy-in from stakeholders if we don't plan how we're going to communicate with them and help them to understand what their roles and expectations of the analysis process should be. And we may end up leading to an improper or incomplete implementation taking place if we don't plan for our analysis to be effective. When comparing business analysis planning to project planning, we have to understand that business analysis planning develops a plan of work for our business analysis activities. This includes determining what the business needs are, converting those into requirements that we can somehow meet through eliciting information from stakeholders, and helping to set a roadmap that project managers can follow in order to understand what objectives need to be met. Project management planning, on the other hand, focuses on actually completing those objectives, but also on integrating business analysis activities into broader project plans, given that many of the same people are often involved both early on in business analysis and later once project work has begun. As such, the business analyst and the project manager should work closely together in planning. The project manager to ensure that they are properly accommodating the business analysis process, and the business analyst to ensure that they're setting the project team up for success. As for the scope of our business analysis and how deep we should get in our planning, the right level of formality will differ from project to project. However, we can learn a lot from the project life cycle that is going to take place. In the case of adaptive or agile or iterative projects, a less formal approach to planning is normally required. In fact, in many cases, it's encouraged. We're going to figure out the details as we move along, and this approach is often used when the end result is not necessarily fully known up front. On the other hand, a predictive project calls for a more formal approach and a more specific understanding of all of the anticipated areas of analysis. That's because in a predictive project, we want to have all of our plans set up front, and any deviation from those plans is really considered a failure of the planning process. We want to be more specific here because we can expect the project team to be more specific up front and to follow that plan very closely as well. In the next module, we're going to look at analyzing stakeholders, how their characteristics, their preferences, their demands and requirements, and their context within both business analysis and the project environment at large can impact how we plan for effective business analysis. I'll look forward to seeing you then.